Hello everybody. Today we have with us Arpit sir, the admission head of Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, Gandhinagar. Welcome to the College Dunia portal, sir.
Thank you.
So starting with the interview, my first question is, being the admission head of Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, how do you strategize the plans for the marketing of the university?
Look, for marketing of the university, we don't go with the direct marketing campaigns. We create remarketing indirect ways. Let's say we are an innovation university, right? So we also use innovative things in our marketing campaigns. We have recently done some codeathon. We have recently done hackathons. We have planned a national level startup summit. Even right now, one event is going on that is a toy hackathon. So, based on our Prime Minister's initiative of getting new innovations in toys, university has just when we delivered the speech, second day we have launched an event called Toy Hackathon, and it is still going on. So, these kind of innovative approaches we use for our marketing of the university.
Right. Thank you for the response, sir. My next question is, how does the curriculum of Swarnim Startup and Innovation University ensure the best practices of the industry?
Look, developing a curriculum is an art. So I have seen many places where what happens is we bring a curriculum, a faculty brings up a curriculum and goes to the student and says, okay, study this and you will get a job, or you will become a businessman, or you will become an entrepreneur, right? So that's what majorly is being done in the industry. But that is not right, because I can't say to a student that study this and that company will take you. No. What should be done is, what we doing in the in Swarnim Startup and Innovation University is, we go to the industry first. We ask them, okay, what are the skills you are seeking for? What kind of students you are looking for? What is the attitude you require? We take those requirements from the industry. When we get those requirements from the industry, we include those things in our syllabus, in our curriculum. We teach that to the student, so that tomorrow we can go to that company and say that, okay, you have asked these 5 pointers to which I taught to a student. We have done this. Now you can interview the candidates.
Right. Very well said, sir. The next question being, what would you like people to know about the university they might not know?
There are many things, maybe. So as our USP or our tagline can say, which everyone knows it, that we are India's first startup university. But people might not know that till now there is no other university in India which has given the status of startup university. Even we are supported by government of Gujarat, we are supported by government of India to promote the startup culture. We have our own incubation center. We are a nodal center for Startup Gujarat. It's not only about our students, even anyone who is looking to do a startup and looking for some mentorship, this person can come down to our campus, can pitch the idea to our incubation cell, can get the guidance from our incubation manager, our startup heads, and the other team of mentors we have. So that kind of guidance is available for everyone, not only for the students of Swarnim University. Even from any university, student can come and can get the guidance. This is the one thing. Other thing, everyone should know that Swarnim Startup and Innovation University is recently ranked under top 50 in Atal Ranking Institutional Framework of Innovation and Achievements. What happens there? This ranking is created by Ministry of Human Resource Development and AICTE. Is in that ranking, they have taken the parameters, what innovation achievements you have done, what work you have done in the startups, what are your innovative ideas, and what your incubation center has done. All those parameters were calculated, and then the ranking was given. And yes, we are proud that we are in top 50 in India and only 4 universities from Gujarat could make to that ranking, and yes, we are one of that, and we are working best so that next year we will not be top 15, maybe we will be top 25 or even better, we will be in top 10.
Wishing you all the best, sir. On that note, my next question is that the education systems in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. In your experience, what can be an inbound student gain from studying here in your university?
Okay, here comes our international students. So we are so much welcoming for the international students, as it's not only about Swarnim University, it's India. Okay, so here we call all these students from any country, those people can come, and when we talk about what they will get, yes, whatever that Indian student will get, that same will be available for an international student. Even the extra, let's say someone is coming from Africa, okay, and the student is not aware about Ayurveda, but here we are teaching Ayurveda, right? So the student can get knowledge of Ayurveda. Even the all engineering practices, the all new technologies we are working on, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and even data science, big data, all these are being taught here. So the student coming from any other country can study the same thing our Indian students are studying. The second part is, as I told you about our facilities of startup and incubation center. Look, a person can come from any country, but the idea of doing a business, idea of being an entrepreneur, the principles and basics of being an entrepreneur will be same in any country you go, right? So we are here to develop the entrepreneurs, and it doesn't matter which country you belong to. Yes, we are there to find out the entrepreneur inside you.
Very well, sir. I'm sure students from other countries might find this response very informative. On that note, coming to the next question is, any insights into how your university would be more welcoming to students of different races or maybe economic backgrounds?
As I told you, that is India. Yeah, India, already we have so many races, so many languages. People are from a lower economic background, middle class, higher class. These kind of people you will find them. So even today in our campus, these students from all the religions, all the castes are here, and all are treated equally. There is no partiality inside the campus. Even if the students coming from from other countries, it doesn't matter from which race they belong to. There is no racism. There is no partiality with the students. Even if there is an international students, our students are welcoming them more. It doesn't matter what country they are from. And when we talk about the religions, all religions are obviously very well respected here inside the campus, and we treat all very much equal. All the festivals are being hosted here. We do all the events. Even I give you just an example that recently Ganesh Chaturthi was there. So the whole event, I think it was a 5-day event managed by a girl who doesn't belong to the community, right? So that's what we have here in the campus.
Absolutely. Now, jumping to the last question, I'd like to ask, what are some of the plans that you're currently or will be designing for Swarnim Startup and Innovation Universities, International Affairs and or students?
We are working a lot on our international affairs and international relationships. Recently, we have signed up an MOU with ISAC, so that our students are now joined with ISAC. They are the members, and what facilities they are going to get. So one is we will be getting international student for social and social volunteership. Similarly, our students will be going there. And the another thing is we will be getting these students as interns or even as teachers from other countries, other universities inside our campus, and in the similar way, our students will be going to any other country, the other universities as interns or as teachers. Yes, our master students can go to any other country. The interview rounds will obviously be there, but to those universities. Our students will go as teachers, they will teach here, and we will feel so much proud that at that university my student is going for 3 months in teaching as a mentor. Apart from that, we have already signed more than 15 international MOUs with other universities where exchange programs will happen. The exchange programs will be the student exchanges, faculty exchanges, and even on the research exchanges. Okay, and even we are still in talk with the universities from Australia, universities from Europe, the European region, even in the US. We are in talks with them to sign up deal with the student exchange programs, and soon we'll be because after the situation, the COVID situation gets relaxed, the international exchange will start. So even the students coming from the other countries, because we have African students here, we have Nigerian students here. So for those students also, these kind of facilities are available. So even in the ISEC case, that facility is available to the international student also. So let's take an example. A student from Nigeria is studying in our Swarnim campus, wants to go to let's say Austria for an internship. Yes, that student can go if the visa things permit. Okay, so these kinds of works we are already doing in the international affairs.
Thank you. That was a very informative answer, sir. On this note, I would like to conclude the interview. And indeed, thank you for a very intellectual session, sir. That was Mr. Arpit, Head of Admissions at Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, Gandhinagar. Thank you, sir.